The BMW E38 model was the basis for the 1995 through 2001 BMW 7 Series automobiles. In early 1988, development began on the third-generation 7 Series codenamed Entwicklung 99. From 1989 to 1990 styling work was done, when Boyke Boyer's concept design was chosen and further refined into production form with engineers. During 1991, the final production design for the new 7 Series was approved by the board 36 months ahead of production. On April 27, 1993, German design patents were filed featuring a pre-production prototype as a design representation. Patents were later filed on October 27, 1993 in the United States. In early 1994, development concluded and in May 1994, the 1995 E38 BMW 7 Series was unveiled. Production started on February 17, 1994 on pilot production variants, with series production commencing in the second half of the year. Specifications: the E38 models were offered with either a 5-speed automatic or manual transmission. The 730D, 740D, 740AEL, and 750AEL had a 5-speed ZF automatic standard. The engine variants in Europe were 725 TDS, 728i, 730i, 730D, 735i, 740i, 740D and 750i. In the Americas, the models were sold as the 740i, 740EL and 750EL. The 740EL were powered by a 4.4L V8 engine. The base prices in 2001 were $62,900 for the 740i, $66,900 for the 740EL and $92,100 for the 750EL. The considerably rarer 5.4L V12 was BMW's flagship vehicle, with a 5.4L 322 bhp engine, also shared by the Rolls-Royce Silver Seraph V8 and V12 cars had long wheelbase variants, with the L added to the designation. A rare European executive long wheelbase limousine model was also produced, called the BMW L7, available as both 740EL and 750EL variants. Protection line light armored vehicles were built from 2000 to 2001, again utilizing the 740EL and 750EL platforms, and cost $99,100 and $124,400, respectively. These models included body armor, bullet-resistant glass and run-flat tires. Features of the E38 7 Series included 4-link integral rear suspension, EDC3 electronic damper control, ASC Plus T traction control, high-pressure headlight washers, auto-leveling low-beam xenon HID headlamps, power moonroof, a sound system with 14 speakers and 4 subwoofers as well as 6-disc CD changer, onboard automotive navigation system and rain-sensing wipers. Other features included an automatic climate control system with separate controls for the driver and passenger, a 3-position memory system for the driver, a Euro 1 registered trademark S-seat, safety belt height, new steering wheel and outside mirrors. Front seat side airbags and a head protection system airbag were also standard. The 750EL featured an all-leather interior with burl walnut trim, while the Sport model featured sport seats and bavono wood trim. The continuous motion active comfort seat technology was introduced in 1998 to improve comfort and reduce fatigue for the driver and front passenger. When the E38 was phased out in 2001 to make way for the new E65, sales of E38s increased noticeably in the car's final months of sales as people moved to buy the car before it was replaced for the 2002 model year. The E65's radical styling and iDrive were not initially well received by consumers, so used E38s increased in value as demand increased. Also contributing to the E38's continued popularity was its appearance in several films such as Tomorrow Never Dies, The Transporter, Bimmer and The Game. The E38 740i featured in the BMW film Ambush, even though it was the only featured car in the series to be replaced the following year. E38 models. Model history. 1995 E38 production begins in 1994 for the 1995 model year, replacing the E32. Initial production E38s were available with either a 2.5L and 3.0L turbo diesel i6 or 3.0L and 4.0L M60 V8 or the 5.4L M73 V12 engine. US model range includes the 740i, 740EL and 750EL. 1995 E38 used an aluminium block with nickel-plated cylinder bores, nickel-containing silicon carbide particles. Unfortunately, excessive sulfur from fuel reacts adversely with the nickel, causing very slight blemishes in the top few millimeters of the cylinder bore. This is no longer an issue today as U.S. fuel companies reduced the levels of sulfur in their fuel to acceptable levels in the late 1990s. DSC-3 became optional on 740i/740EL and 750i/750EL. 1996 750i included Steptronic automatic transmission with manual shift mode. 728i and 735i were launched with traction control, ABS, alloy wheels, dual airbags, air conditioning, leather upholstery, and electric front seats. 740i and 740EL changed from the M64.0L to the M62 4.4L V8 engine. Steptronic and traction control become standard on 730i, 740i, and 740EL. Steptronic is not available in the North American market until 1999 when the 740i ZSP Sport package was offered. An Alpina Sport suspension, onboard TV and satellite navigation system were offered as options. 1997 World's first production car with front passenger head airbags. In late 1997 the 1998 Model Year 7 Series and E39 5 Series were fitted with a tubular-shaped head-side airbags. The head protection system is optional equipment. This airbag was designed to offer head protection in side impact collisions and also maintained inflation for up to 7 seconds for rollover protection. 730i/730i SE and 735i/735i SE launched. Equipment includes central locking, front fog lamps and electric heated mirrors. 735i has rear head restraints and electric front seats. 730i SE has a sunroof. 735i SE has air conditioning, cruise control and leather. Revisions midway through the model year include automatic air conditioning on 728i/735i. Onboard computer on 728i. Xenon headlamps became standard on 750i/750EL. The 750EL is extensively featured in the high-grossing James Bond series film Tomorrow Never Dies. 1998 midlife facelift 740D introduced with a 3.9L M67 V8 twin-turbocharged diesel engine. A new ZSP option includes an Alpina suspension, multi-spoke alloys, sports seats and Shadowline exterior trim. Revisions midway through the model year include new front and rear lights, a revised grille, black side sills and valances, and a remote locking with memory system. DSC-3 now standard on all 7 series models. Satellite navigation system becomes standard on 750i and 750EL. HPS or head protection system front passenger head airbags is introduced and offered as standard on all 7 series models. Facelift from 9/98 production featuring scalloped headlamps, new front fenders with shorter turn signal lenses and side fascia improvements. 1999 The 735 and 740 models receive an improved M62 TU V8 engine with single VANOS variable valve timing. The 4.4 engine gets a marked increase in torque from 420 to 440 Nm. Horsepower remains at 210 kilowatts. A sport package becomes available for the 740i which includes blacked-out exterior Shadowline trim, Vavona redwood interior trim, 18-way adjustable sport seats, staggered 18-inch alloy wheels, a stiff rim-inspired suspension with thicker front and rear anti-sway bars, Steptronic transmission with higher stall-speed torque converter, and a higher 3.15 final drive ratio. The 750 receives an improved M73N 5.4-litre V12 engine, making a slight increase in power and torque. The 750 now includes electric catalytic converter, or ECAT, assemblies. Heating coils inside the catalytic converter assemblies are electrified just after engine start, bringing the catalyst up to operating temperature very quickly to qualify the vehicle for low-emission vehicle designation. This system required the use of a two-battery system. Since 1995, Alpina has included this electrically heated catalyst, developed jointly by EMITC, Alpina and BMW, which they called E38, in their B12.5/7 E38 sedan based on the BMW 750. 2000 a number of previously optional features become standard, including xenon headlamps, rain-sensitive windshield wipers, headlight washers, GPS navigation, and upgraded audio including DSP and 6-disc CD changer. The Sport package is extended to include the 740i but without the same performance-enhancing features as the 740i receives. The 740i Sport maintains the same visual cues as the 740i Sport, such as Vavona redwood trim, Shadowline exterior trim and 18 inches staggered alloy wheels. The E comes standard with EDC for improved handling. In Europe, adaptive cruise control became available as an option. 2001 Final year of E38 sales with production ending in July 2001. The last E38 rolled off BMW's assembly line on July 27, 2001 to make way for the new E35. Body-colored side skirts and bumper fascias, which were previously flat black. Clear front and rear turn signal lenses replace amber-colored lenses. More previously optional features become standard, including a Motorola Star TAC or Motorola Time port with BMW Assist telemetry system. Widescreen navigation and a faster CD-based navigation computer were phased in from 9/00 production on all models. US models, power folding exterior mirrors are now standard on the 750i, and included in the optional convenience package on all other models. Extended wheelbase L7. From 1997 to 2001, BMW sold an extended wheelbase version of the E38. The 5.37-meter-long L7, also known as the 750i XL. Based on the 750i with a 12-cylinder engine, it had a top speed of 250 km per hour. 899 examples were built. The L7 was only available in the Middle East, Southeast Asia and Europe. The 2000 to 2001 models had the privacy glass option, which gave the luxury of separating the driver from the back passenger. Flexible electronics system. Since the start of production, the entire in-car entertainment system is based on a very flexible automotive computer system. As a result, the E38 models can all be easily upgraded with the newest BMW technologies, including BMW's Bluetooth system, the DVD-based navigation system, as well as BMW's CD changers that play MP3s. Film. Contributing to the E38's continued popularity was its appearance in several films such as Tomorrow Never Dies, Bummer Th Unfloren Th 1/4 Th Micron N Euro, Enemy of the State, Invictus, Bad Santa, Fun with Dick and Jane, Valley of the Wolves, Showtime, The Transporter, which was a one-off manual 750i badged as a 735i, Live Free or Die Hard, which was a 2740i, and The Game. Even though it was the only featured car in the series to be replaced the following year, the E38 featured in the BMW film Ambush, which was released in fall 2001. In the 18th James Bond feature film Tomorrow Never Dies, the 16 E38 cars used during production were modified so they could be driven from the back seat. The car type is actually a BMW 740i, but they were rebadged as the 750i. One survives today and can be seen at exhibition a Euro OE Top Secreta Euro at Museum Industriculture, Nuremberg. Besides the 7 Series saloons, BMW also supplied a $14,000 R1200C motorcycle. BMW received the rights to use movie clips from the film in its multi-million-dollar campaign, and during the 1997 holiday season they offered a special promotion that included the R1200C with the purchase of the 750L. References. External links: BMW 7 Series at DMOZ.